Good morning. Today you're going to watch a video where you're going to learn to multiply larger numbers. So we're going to kind of go through together. But our I can statement is hanging on your Synergy Center outside in the hallway, and it says I can multiply by factors of 10, 100, 1,000, and 10,000. So that's what we're going to work on today. So let's take a look at our first problem. We have 5 times 3. 5 times 3 is a pretty easy problem for us. A lot of us already know how to multiply and we already know our answer. But just in case we didn't know how to solve 5 times 3, we could do several strategies. We could draw an array where we have 5 rows of 3 in each. We could draw a picture where we had 3 circles with 5 in each. We could skip count 5, 10, 15, or we could do repeated addition, 5 plus 5 plus 5. So some of these harder problems you may have to do that. But when we solve 5 plus 3, we know or 5 times 3, excuse me, we know that the answer is 15. Fairly simple. But let's say I make it just a little bit harder. And instead of 5 times 3, I now have 3 times 50. Pause the video and talk to your neighbor about how you think you would solve 3 times 50. Hopefully you and your neighbor said the first thing you would do to solve 3 times 50 is to multiply 5 times 3 again, or 3 times 5. And 3 times 5 we already said was 15. Then we have 1 0 right here, so we add that to the end. And our answer to 3 times 50 is 150. Pretty simple, isn't it? Okay, let's try this one. Let's say we have a problem 3 times 500. Pause the video and talk to your neighbor about how you think you're going to solve this problem. Hopefully you and your neighbor said that 3 times 5, again, we know is 15. And this time we have 2 zeros left in our problem. So because of that, we're going to add the 2 zeros at the end. And our answer to 3 times 500 is 1,500. Let's try a harder one. 3 times 5,000. Pause the video and see if you and your neighbor can talk about how you would solve 3 times 5,000. Hopefully you guys said again that you would take 3 times 5, and that equals 15. And you would add 1, 2, 3 zeros this time. And your answer is 15,000. Last one. Look at this problem, 3 times 50,000. And I want you to pause the video and talk to your neighbor about how you think you would solve 3 times 50,000. Hopefully you and your neighbor said that again, you just multiply 5 times 3. And we said that was 15. And then there are 4 zeros. So you add the 4 zeros at the end for all of those place values. And your answer is 150,000. Are you ready to try some on your own? Here's your number 1. Your number 1 says this: 4 times 800. 4 times 800. Pause the video and solve 4 times 800. Hopefully you and your group decided that 4 times 8 is 32. And remember, if that's not a problem that you know, use a multiplication strategy to help you figure it out. 4 times 8 is 32, and we had 2 zeros, so we add those at the end, and our answer is 3,200. Okay, your number 2 in your journal. Label this as number 2. 7,000 times 9. Pause the video and solve 7,000 times 9. Hopefully you and your partner...
If you ordered any food from the Olsen family, please come to the office to pick it up. Thank you.
Hopefully you and your team said that 9 times 7 is 63. And there are 3 zeros in 7,000. So we add those 3 at the end. And our answer is 63,000. Your number 3. 6 times 40,000. 6 times 40,000. Solve the video, or pause the video and solve. Hopefully you and your group said 6 times 4 was 24. And we had 4 zeros. So we add those at the end. And our answer was 240,000. Your number 4. 2 times 60. 2 times 60. Hopefully you and your group decided that 6 times 2 is 12. And you have 1 zero. So your answer is 120. Your number 5. 9 times 90,000. 9 times 90,000. Hopefully you and your group said 9 times 9 is 81. And there are 4 zeros. Whew, that one was big. So your answer was 810,000. Number 11. This one's a little different. 30 times 70. 30 times 70. And this would be your number, I believe, 6. Hopefully you and your group decided that to solve this problem you need to take first 3 times 7. And 3 times 7 is 21. Then you have a 0 in the number 30. And you have 1 zero in the number 70. So you have to add both of those zeros. And your answer is 2,100. Next one. 40 times 40. This is your number 7. 40 times 40. Hopefully you and your group decided that 4 times 4 is 16. And you have 1 zero in the first 40 and 1 zero in the second 40. So the answer to your problem was 1,600. Your number 7. Nope, your number 8.
Mr. Jim, please go to Ms. Kirchhoff's room with a mop and a bucket. Thank you.
800 times 9. 800 times 9. Hopefully you and your group decided that 9 times 8 is 72. And there are 2 zeros in 800.
Staff, just a reminder that Miss Olson's here with the pumpkin breads and the caramel corn. So if you ordered from Miss Olson last week.
And your answer is 7,200. It's been a busy morning this morning, guys. Next one. 6 times 60,000.
Shirts and T-shirts that were ordered, the navy blue ones. So we have those in the office. If you didn't
6 times 60,000.
Thank you.
6 times 6 is... This is never going to stop, friends.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Just a simple request, if we have anybody that
6 times 6 is 36. And you add the 1, 2, 3, 4 zeros at the end. 1, 2, 3, 4. So your answer becomes 360,000. Last problem. 9 times 9,000. 9 times 9,000. Hopefully you and your group decided that 9 times 9 was 81. And you add the 3 zeros. And your answer is 81,000. To finish off your center, you have an exit slip, and there are 15 questions on a sheet of paper. I would like for you to come back in the classroom. You may find any area of the room you would like, as long as you do not disrupt the other centers, and you may work on your exit slip. When you finish, I would like for you to please turn it in unless I tell you to do something different. Thank you so much. I hope you enjoyed this video, and again, I apologize for all of the interruptions this morning.